Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, and yesterday I was driving back from Oregon. No, not the Oregon coast. Where the hell was I? I was gone for like 4 days, and it was amazing. And we were in Hood River in Oregon, and I actually went river rafting for the first time on Sunday, and so it was super fun and super cold, super wet. So anyway, but today I want to talk about whether or not, if this is for empaths and the HSPs out there, the highly sensitive person. And my question to you all is if you're in the right career. So anyway, that's why I wasn't around yesterday, because we were driving back. So anyway, being an empath and an HSP, we could be a pretty fickle bunch. I'm just going to say it. We could be, fickle. And it really is hard for us to have a regular job, okay? And why is that? Why do you think? Because we feel everything, okay? And so intuitive empaths, and later on this summer I'll break down the different types of empaths, but intuitive empaths we're visionaries, we're artists, we like anything creative, we like to be in the healing profession, we think out of the box. So any sort of normal job is going to drain our energy, okay? So those 9 to 5 corporate jobs are really challenging for us. And if you happen to be an intuitive empath and you are in corporate, don't worry, I've got some tips for you, so that your energy doesn't get as drained as it could be. So empaths and HSPs are the feelers of the world, and part of that, it's like we want to feel like we're contributing to the greater good, right? And so before I was a psychotherapist and a coach, I actually worked in the fashion industry in my early 20s, and I worked for 2 major bigwigs. I worked for Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren. And for those of you who are curious, it is actually Ralph Lauren and not Ralph Lauren, okay? But anyway, because they're super creative, were likely empaths, right? So even when I was in corporate, I was in the most creative field I could be in, and it was still soul-sucking for me. But I just remember thinking to myself, like, I don't get it. Like, why am I doing this? I just climbed the corporate ladder for what? Like, it just didn't make any sense for me. So luckily, my soul intervened and I got laid off, which is when I went back to school for psychology. And my empath soul has been lit up ever since, okay? Why? Because it's meaningful. Like, so we have to do something in our life that has meaning, like, because we are these deep feelers, and when you are a deep feeler and a deep soul, we like to have those deep conversations. We don't want to have the small talk, all those kind of things. And what we do for a living has to have some sort of nourishment and fulfillment and meaning in it, okay? And so we thrive on being self-employed or working in smaller companies. And when we do that, it's a lot easier for us to like avoid the drain of coworkers, quite honestly. I remember when I worked for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I was it was kind of pretty cool. It was a whole brownstone in New York City, and it was like 100 people working in the office. Most of them were women, and I had my own office. And I just remember, like, I was like, if my door is closed, just do not bother me. If my door's open, it's okay to come in. But if I needed to focus or just be by myself, I had the luxury of having a closed office. That is one of the perks of being a therapist. so that you always get an office. Anyway, so, but anytime that we can make our own schedule and not work in an office, we're going to get excited. So like the key for us is really to be anything that's non-traditional. All right. So it's not about climbing that corporate ladder, but like non-traditional stuff like being a chef or a graphic designer or a contractor or, you know, a landscaper or working with animals, like something that's going to nourish our soul, right? And that is creative. And many of us are healers, right? And so that could take any sort of form. It could be like what I do, or it could be like a yoga teacher, or a veterinarian, or, you know, again, working with plants, like anything that is healing. Like I have a colleague that works with the earth, and she's like a total earth empath, and she like gives like earth readings like on your house and like how to work with trees and plants and stuff. And so it's about, you know, doing something that is for the greater good and helping other people or animals or nature. Like those types of jobs are going to be fulfilling for us. I see that Susan Slater popped on, and she is an amazing, super empath, and she is also my fitness instructor. And so she just feels it, and she brings it, and she's soul nourishing to all the people who are like in her community. And if you are interested and you want an empath amazing instructor, go check her out. She's on Facebook. Hi Susan. Anyway, I digress. So we, as an empath, like anything where we're not sitting in front of a computer all day is going to be really good for us. Like one of the struggles I had during COVID was not seeing people in person and seeing people on Zoom. And I was like, oh my God, just being in front of a computer all day was just like sucking the life force energy out of me. And so, because it's exhausting. So we want to avoid stuff, if possible, not being in front of your computer all day, or like anything that has to do with sales or customer service or support, or anything high pressure with a lot of people. Okay. Because you will be, one, probably talking a lot, taking on a ton of other people's energy and emotions. There's a shit ton of small talk in those types of jobs, which is draining for the empath soul. Like we want to go deep, like we want to know and feel you, right? So like small talk is like super draining for us. If you are in the 9-to-5 corporate arena, this is all about soul care, and it's about setting really good, healthy boundaries so you don't get burned out and that you could have that life work balance. Okay. So if you are in an office, and I know a lot of us have gone back, and even if you're still working from home and you're in front of a computer all day, like vibe out your office. Like you guys see where I am. This is literally my front porch, okay? And I have just vibed it out. Like my desk is kind of a mess, but look, I have some plants. I have a Himalayan sea salt lamp, and if I turn it around, let's see, can I turn this around? Oh, I think I can. Check this out. Plants everywhere. I'm going to show you my favorite plant while I'm doing this. I mean, check this out. So we want to vibe out our office space with plants, with a Himalayan sea salt lamp, like rose water spray or lavender or sage spray. All will help with your energy field, and it will help protect yourself and your work environment. Okay. Also, anything calming, like any sort of like calming music, or you know, better yet, put your ear pods on, or whatever the hell they're called, like your earphones. Still call them earphones. And just anything to kind of create this like kind of safe space for you, so that you don't get your energy drained as much. And also, like, you know, there's going to be those people in an office that drain the shit out of you, and you just have to set a boundary and just be like, okay, thanks for the information, bye. You know, so and also just like deep breathing, and you know, and if you have to, put yourself, and I do this a lot, put yourself in a white energy bubble, or one of my clients even suggested, which I thought was like super rad, imagining like just this raw crystal energy, and like you're in that crystal, and it's just super protective. So anything that you could visualize or imagine yourself in white kind of crystal light, you're gonna be good. And also after work, you know, maybe going for a walk, or exercising, or taking a shower at night, so you could literally rinse off or exercise off or move off other people's energy that you have accumulated during the day. I know when I'm done with clients, I usually take a walk, and it just helps, just being back out in nature, and just moving my body a little bit. So that is what I wanted to share with you all today. I will be here next Monday, and I will be here all week. And if there were any other things that, if for those empaths out there that I like, that works for you, drop it in the chat, because I know I'm not the only empath in our group, and I would love to hear other ways that you protect your energy field, and what field you're in, or what you do during the day, and if that kind of vibes with your empath soul. So that is all, my friends, and I will see you on the flip side. Mwah. Bye.